What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 4. So, Kristen and Mitch, no chemistry. No chemistry on his part. Kristen is head over heels into Mitch. Mitch is still struggling to find attraction for Kristen. It is very cringy to watch them. They're very awkward with one another. They're very nervous with one another. And all of that awkwardness and stress is like pulsating through my television screen, and it makes me like I feel secondhand embarrassment for them whenever I watch them together. There was a scene where they were getting ready for bed and she asked him if she could kiss him on the cheek, and I couldn't believe she did that. Kristen comes off like someone who maybe in her everyday life she's a very strong independent woman, but then when it comes to relationships she's no longer strong and independent. She's very dependent and doesn't have a lot of confidence in herself, it seems like, because it just looked desperate for her to ask him, "Can I kiss you on the cheek?" It looked so desperate. It looked like maybe she was sensing that there were some issues of attraction, maybe on his part. So she was kind of like testing the waters, or like in a way, she was letting him know, "Hey, if you want to get physically close to me, then I'm fine with that," because it's like she was waiting for some type of sign from him and she wasn't getting it. And so then she had to like go searching for it. And that's why she asked him, "Can I kiss you on the cheek?" I thought that was just really lame and desperate. And she's a 30 something year old woman. And you would think by now, girl, with being engaged and all the relationships that you've been in, you kind of know how to deal with men, and you kind of know, you can kind of sense when things are not where they should be in a way. But I thought that was just absolutely not a good move for her to do, for her to make on him. Now, if she would have just kissed him and said goodnight, I would have been fine with that. If she would have just made that first move and kissed him on the cheek and then turned around and went to bed, I would have no problem with that. But for her to ask him, "Can I kiss you on the cheek?" It was just, I didn't like it. When it came time to meet the family, he tells her family that the reason why his past relationships never worked out was because he wasn't living his true authentic self as an environmentalist. He was hiding that part of himself. And so he says he was a closeted environmentalist. But then when he started living out and proud and, as his true authentic extreme environmentalist self, I guess that's when he was ready to commit and get married, and hopefully that makes him a better partner for Kristen now that he's out in the open and living his true life as an extreme environmentalist. Speaking of his extreme environmentalism, when the basket came for the honeymoon destination, the basket comes with all kinds of goodies in it, and one of the things that they have put in there this year were a couple of poppers. Those canisters that you twist and pop and all the confetti comes out. Well, she picked it up and she wanted to twist it, and he stopped her from doing that because he said that it wasn't environmentally safe. I guess the confetti is not biodegradable. And so I was like, are you serious? She cannot pop the popper? Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, what is his name? Mitch, you are just too rigid and too strict. You need to loosen up a little bit. But Kristen, this is your future. This is your future. He has a problem with you wearing a little bit of makeup. He has a problem with you popping poppers. He has a problem wearing a t-shirt that says hubby on it because he doesn't like labels. So if you're not running for the hills now, Kristen, I don't know what to tell you. There are some major, major, major signs that are flashing in your face that he is a fun stealer. He doesn't know how to relax. He doesn't know how to let loose. He's something else. Okay. Mitch is something else. Moving on to Lindy and Miguel. Lindy and Miguel, for the most part, Miguel is very chill, very calm. Lindy, of course, is very, high strung, extremely high strung. There was a scene where they were getting ready for bed. She goes into the bathroom, she's looking for pajamas, whatever pajamas that she's looking for she couldn't find, and she spends forever looking for these pajamas. And he's sitting in the bed waiting for her, and then he's waiting 20 minutes, I mean, it was like over 30 minutes. He's waiting for her to come out of the bathroom. And so I thought he was waiting for her because he missed her. He wanted to, cuddle with her, spend time with her in bed. But no, he was waiting for her to come out because he had to use the bathroom. So he gets up, knocks on the door, and she's just now brushing her teeth. And so he's like, well, I really had to go use the bathroom, but I guess I'll go use another one. Which makes me want to question you, Miguel. If there was another bathroom to use, why didn't you just use that to begin with? I didn't understand that. So then when it comes time for them to meet the in-laws, she meets with his sister, and the sister dropped some astrology on her. And the sister was like, well, you're a Gemini and he's a Cancer, and those two just don't go together. And I was like, is the sister serious? The first time we met the sister, I was okay with her because she was giving us a lot of background and insight on Miguel's upbringing. And now the fact that she dropped this astrology on on her, and she was saying it like, obviously she believes in it, but she was kind of like stating this as if this is a fact. I'm telling you that, because you're a Gemini and he's a Cancer, it's just not y'all are not compatible. And I don't know how true all of this stuff is or isn't, but that's not something that I would bring to the table, especially to someone that I didn't know. And I don't know whether or not they believe in astrology. I just wouldn't do that. I thought that was kind of strange. It's kind of like if somebody said, hey, I looked into my crystal ball and my crystal ball told me that y'all are not compatible. It's just kind of like, how can you bring that up to a stranger and expect them to take you seriously? And so then the sister tells her that in the past, Miguel always dealt with women who he had to provide for. And so Lindy said that she's at that stage in her life now that she has worked really hard and now she just wants to chill and enjoy her life. And the sister was like, well, he's looking for somebody who's very driven and very ambitious. So that may not be you, Lindy. Like, what's going on here, Lindy? Why are you in your 30s and now you're chilling and relaxing? I thought, you should still be striving for your goals and accomplishments and etc. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. And the chemistry is still there between them. They still have an attraction for each other. And so that's great. And then the student debt. So she tells him that she has a lot of student debt. And, he says in his confessional, like, I hope she doesn't think that I'm somebody's sugar daddy because, yeah, I'm not here to pay off her student debt. That is something that she can figure out. I think the sister even said, because she brought that up to the sister as well, that she's coming in with a lot of student debt. And the sister says, well, he'll help you with that. And I guess what the sister meant, he'll help you help yourself with all of that student debt stuff. Not like he's going to help you pay for it. Moving on to Stacy and Nate, or Stacie and Nate. They are still going strong. Stacie loves her some Nate. Okay, she said that on the scale of 1 to 10, Nate is a 100. So they are very much compatible in sync, very much attracted to one another. Things are going really great for them. When they got to Mexico on the honeymoon, when they got to Puerto Vallarta, they were all sitting in a group and they're all talking about, how things have been going so far. And Stacie had said that they're going to take it really slow as far as intimacy. They're going to take it really, really slow. They're not going to rush anything. They really want to get to know each other. Nate even told her mother, because the mother asked, or the sister asked, okay, where are y'all on intimacy? And Nate said, oh, she's going to be the one in control of that. I'm not going to rush her. Whenever she's comfortable, that's when we're going to whatever. But I'm not going to rush her or pressure her. She's got the lead on that. And so they told the group, we're taking it slow. We're getting to know each other. We don't want to rush into anything. And the next thing we know, they are doing this shower scene. And I was like, did I accidentally click on somebody's OnlyFans page? Because it was hot and steamy in that damn shower. I mean, they were getting it in. And they want us to think, the producers want us to think that they were not clothed in the shower, but I'm pretty sure they probably had on their bathing suits or something. But it gave the illusion that they were both naked, and it was hot and steamy. I was like, there's a lot of chemistry between them. If they don't consummate the marriage on that honeymoon, I know somebody's lying to me. I will know somebody's lying to me because they practically consummated that marriage in that damn shower. Moving on now to Alexis and Justin. They are so very much into each other. Okay. Well, every time we see Alexis and Justin together, they are literally together because they're like all up on each other. They're cuddling. She's practically on his lap. They're always always physically touching in some way. Justin is so happy with Alexis, and Alexis is happy with Justin as well. Now, the funny part about them is that when she went to go meet his mom, the mother said, so how did things go last night? No, the mother said, how was your night? And Alexis said, well, your son is still celibate. And the mother was like, kind of like the mom didn't like her response, and the way she said it, the way just Alexis said, well, your son's still celibate, like it was a little bit aggressive, kind of rude a little bit. I didn't understand what was going on there. I'm pretty sure she was joking, but it didn't seem like the mom took it as a joke. That was like a very awkward scene to me. Very, very awkward. They talked to Alexis about, protecting Justin's heart because he's been through so much with the fiance that ran off and had cold feet at the last minute. And so they kind of present this picture of Justin being very fragile. He's just now starting to pick up the broken pieces of his heart. So she has to like tread very, very lightly with him. And I hope that Alexis is listening. And then when he met with her sisters, one of the sisters asked Justin, how do you respond when you get angry? Like, what kind of a question is that? On how do you respond when you get angry? What do you expect him to say? I throw things. I make people feel scared of me. I threaten to hurt people. Of course, he's going to say, I need my space, or I try to take a walk, or I try not to let the anger get the best of me. Of course, he's going to give a politically correct answer. I don't like it when people ask questions where that someone's going to give a very obvious answer and not a truthful answer. They're going to give a politically correct question. So everybody now is in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. As I said, Stacie and Nate were getting it in that damn shower scene. It was, man, that was a show within itself. And that scene just kept on going on and on and on. Like it wasn't stopping. And they have some serious, serious chemistry. Moving on to Ben and Morgan. So Ben now is COVID free. Now he can finally get married. The only thing that I want to say about Ben and Morgan, because by the time we got to Ben and Morgan, I was like, y'all, I can't go on. So I probably wasn't paying, the closest attention to them, but they got married and they're very happy with one another. He thought that she was pretty. She thought that he was handsome. So there was definitely an attraction between them. He's worried about his mother and what his mother's going to think of her. He even told his mom, if there's anything about her that you don't like, tell me and we'll try to fix it. That didn't sit well with me. I don't know what the hell that meant. Kind of like, they're going to try to mold her into something that the mom will approve of or something. I don't know. I wonder how the mother feels about her tattoos. She asked Ben about the tattoos because she's got like a sleeve or something, on one arm. And he was cool with that. He's like, yeah, I'm cool with the tattoos. I like it. And then he says, whenever I get financially free, I think that's what he said. He says, once I'm financially free, I'm going to get a leg sleeve. What did that mean, financially free? And Morgan, that was your cue to jump in and ask him, what do you mean financially free? Do you mean debt free? Or do you mean after you saved a certain amount of money? Or do you mean when you're reached a certain financial status or a certain tax bracket? What does that mean, financially free? Because when it comes to getting a tattoo, and yes, tattoos can be very expensive. They can go upwards like $1,000 or maybe more. I don't know. I would think that if you wanted something like a tattoo, you don't have to wait to be financially free. You just put a little money to the side until your little tattoo piggy bank is where it needs to be, and then you go get your tattoos. It's not like a life-changing thing. If I'm going to use the term financially free, I'm talking about I'm ready to buy a home now, or I'm ready to invest in some properties, or, financially free, meaning that I have paid off all of my debt. I don't think I have to be that extreme to get a leg sleeve, but who knows? So that's that right there, because we know that Ben is a penny pincher. We know that he is extremely frugal. So I wonder if she was like picking up on that. Like, he has to be financially free just to get a leg tattoo. So yeah, please, Morgan, pay attention to that. That is my review of Married at First Sight. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. And if you like this content, please subscribe. And I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.